Hello, everyone. It has been an embarrassing amount of time since the last time I filmed, and I am so sorry. I don't really have an excuse, except I do. I have four of them, and they are all very loud, and it makes it really hard in order to post the video. I have to also have to have time to edit it and then to do a voiceover here. And it's so hard to find quiet time to do that. So that is probably the number one reason why it's been so long since I have posted a video is I just can't find the time to do the after work. So nonetheless, we're here today and I will hopefully be able to do some more. I'm going to do my best and I can't promise anything, but I wanted to let you know that Remy is doing fine. We have had the best winter we've ever had. I don't even know how to say. I've almost felt afraid to say it out loud. Um, there are probably a few reasons why we've gotten better, and I probably will talk about them in a different video. But for the most part, we have just had a fantastic winter. And so I've been so happy. Remy has done really great. We have not had near the sickness that we've had in previous years. We still are taking it kind of easy. As you'll see in this video today, this is kind of a normal day for us, which is being at home almost the whole day. Not all of us are home today. At the beginning, it's just me and Rhett and Remy. Beck's asleep right now, but Kenzie is off with her grandmother, I think, and she'll be back in a little bit. So, as I said, Beck was still waking up through the night then, so he got up and went back to bed, and he's doing a lot better now. He is sleeping through the night most nights, so I'm finally getting back into normal routine, whatever that might mean with four kids and a special needs kid. But this is how we start most of our days. We almost always get everyone up and we sit on this couch. Don't look too close because I have spent many, many years in this couch and it is in rough shape. So we spend almost every morning, all of us piled onto this little couch, and we do a lot of reading, a lot of cuddling, and, just waking up slow, which is the gift of homeschool. For me, that is the gift of homeschool, is that we get to spend time together in the mornings and just celebrate each day starting as best as we can. I always try to give Remy as much love as I can, which has been hard this last year, having two babies. That has been more difficult than ever, being able to give her all the cuddles that I like to give her. I'm not really sure, where she's at developmentally. She just turned 4 years old. And so, but she acts like a baby most of the time. So I'm kind of unsure, is she a toddler? Is she a baby? I don't really know, but I have to hold her a lot. So that feels like a baby. And she's the same size as Beck now. So that feels like a baby. So I try to give her as much love as I can, knowing that just being close to your mom and being close to the family that you love is probably one of the best gifts that we can give. So we start most of our days reading. I love to read. If you know me personally, you know that I am always picking up a book, listening to a book, have read that book, Even now, having children, I try to spend a good amount of time reading. I don't always pick up a book, but I do listen to a lot of audiobooks. And so it's really important for me to let all of the kids have time reading books, and I do my best to help Miss Remy listen to whatever she is. I don't know what she's taking in, but I hope that she's able to take in some and that it hopefully helps her out a little bit. And of course, the other kids, I hope to develop that love of reading in them. As you can see, I've got Remy's G-tube feed sitting here on the couch. She is all over the place as far as feeds. Some days we give her feeds every 3 hours, but lately we have had a lot of trouble with her reflux, so she's been getting stuff like every hour, which you know how it is. If you've had a newborn and you have to feed them every couple hours all the time, it gets kind of exhausting. And that's where we're at. So I'm a little bit exhausted about all the constant feeds, but we don't feed her through the night, so that's good. I don't have to wake up in the middle of the night. I just feed her during the day. Here's little Beck. I laid him back in my bed. Don't judge me too harshly. He was not rolling over at this point, and it was just a little mini nap. So here's little Beck just getting up. He is definitely doing a lot more movement now. So Rhett was very intrigued by the camera being in here, so I just thought I would leave this in. I thought it was pretty funny. And here we are getting Remy ready for the day, which mostly is her hair and her teeth, the hardest parts. She does not always like her teeth brushed. She does not always like things in her mouth. She has a really bad gag reflex. So sometimes I'm brushing her teeth for like 15 minutes in the morning, which is basically just me holding the toothbrush in front of her mouth and hoping that she will let me put it in. I think this morning she did pretty good and she is getting better. We just kind of go through ups and downs of when it's good, when it's not. But nonetheless, I attempt to keep trying as often as I can. All right, so now we're got a full house. Kinsey made it back home, and then we also have our physical therapist here working with Rem, and then one of our family friends, Avery, is here. Um, Her sister Brinley reached out to us last summer and asked if we might need extra hands around the house, and she needed to make a little bit of extra money. When she did so, I think she was thinking mostly about all of the other kids and Beck, and I immediately thought, "Oh, yes, I need someone to come and work with Remy all the time." And so Brinley started coming over several hours a week and came when our physical therapist was there, came when our speech therapist was there, and figured out what she can work on with Remy. She was actually out for a couple weeks, and so her sister Avery is here helping us today, and she's learning with our physical therapist how to work with Rem and things that she can help her with. And so I have to say, having Brinley over here this year, I'm sure you'll see her in another video, has been the biggest blessing of this last year. It's just been so helpful. And I'm sure you moms out there who know what it's like to have multiple kids and you feel like you're juggling so much. And the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right? I mean, the kid who cries the most, they get the most attention. And Remy does not cry a lot and she doesn't make very much sound and she doesn't talk to us. And so this has been just a blessing to me to know that we have someone who's coming over to work with Remy to help her try to figure these things out that we're still struggling with. We're still not setting up independently. We're still not walking, doing so many things. We still have trouble eating. And it has just been a huge blessing to me to know that this is just Remy's timeline. This is not because I've not been able to give her enough time. This is because she just needs longer time. So she's standing in the gate trainer here. And here in this photo, she has ptosis in both of her eyes, which means her eyelids don't open well, but the left is much worse than the right. So we patch the right eye and have her look out through the left eye. That is to prevent she'll basically go blind in several years if we did not make her look through the left eye some too. And so that is what we're doing there. And she was also wearing her hearing aid. And one of the things that I have Brinley do and Avery did here was give Remy a bath because I'm really bad at giving baths. I'm not sure if other parents are like this. Actually, I know that other parents are not like this, that they're very religious about doing this. But for me, giving a bath is just something that doesn't happen every day. And the things that don't happen every day are harder for me to get done. So that is one of the things that Brinley always does. And then, of course, brushing out all of Remy's hair is a big deal. She gave little Beck a bath too, and here he is. Oh my goodness, I can't believe looking back how tiny he is and how much he's grown in the last little bit. He is precious, a wonderful gift from God. Um, Avery left, so now it's just us. And I didn't take any video, but we did do school in the middle of this. So usually I do school with the big kids in the afternoons. And then this is about 4 o'clock. So the kids are sitting with me upstairs. I should have taken video behind me because what the kids are actually doing behind me is there's a hall closet and they're making forts and laying in the shelves of the closet behind me. And I'm just taking turns reading to them while, of course, putting babies back and forth, which is the life with two babies. So it's just, who needs the most help right now? Remy takes a nap on the floor in the middle of the room every day. I know that seems so silly for most people, but for many years she was on oxygen. She needed to be on a monitor. I needed to keep a close eye on her. And so I was constantly, just needing her to be in the room with me. So she's just gotten used to taking naps on the carpet in the living room. And so she still does it. If I try to move her to her bed, she wakes up immediately. I don't know. She's used to it. And there's little baby Beck, both of them taking naps at the same time. So they are just the sweetest. We went for a little walk. And so here they are just hanging out in the stroller. You can see that Remy is definitely taller than Beck and still is even right now. Remy's pretty tall and thin, and Beck is just his little cute, chunky monkey self. So, but they do weigh about the same. We finished the night in the high chair. It's not always a fruitful experiment, putting her in the high chair. She does not usually eat very much food. It's mostly just trying food. but we do get some good time looking into each other's eyes. We do get some good cuddles afterwards, and it seems to make her happy. So I think that's really important for me to keep trying. Overall, I feel like this video is kind of boring. It is just a normal day. We're in our house. It's just the five of us. You don't see Greg, but he is here as well. And it is kind of boring, but my pastor says that there are so many days like this in our lives where we just get up, we go to work, we do what we're supposed to do, we come home, we go to bed. And that is most of what life is just the ordinary times where we're doing what we're supposed to do and, just trying to love on the people around us. So I do my best each day just to give to my kiddos, to give to myself, to give to my husband, give to God, do the things that I'm supposed to do. And I just try my best to be grateful for each and every day. So thanks for coming and hanging out with us. I hope you enjoy seeing Miss Remy and seeing our life together. And we're so grateful that you even want to watch and be a part of her life. So thanks so much. I hope you guys have a great night and we'll see you guys on the next time, hopefully sooner than last.